Change and nature's own farming at Summer Shell Natural Farms Ramnagar, the pride of पूर्णिया एंड बिहार। परिवर्तन का प्रतीक एवं पर्यावरण संतुलन का पर्याय बन चुका है हमारा यह सहज सरल प्राकृतिक फार्म समर शेल प्राकृतिक फार्म रामनगर से मैं आपका दोस्त हिमकर मिश्रा आप सभी का अभिनंदन करता हूँ। और आज का दिन बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है और मैं बताऊंगा कि क्यों महत्वपूर्ण है। टुडे the change that we talk of and the nature's own farming that we talk of, the person, the gentleman who inspired us all and who is a father figure to all of us here, my brother-in-law and the former Principal Chief Commissioner of Income Tax in Mumbai, Mr. Patanjali. So he has inspired this food forest in Ramnagar, and we have been good students or disciples to his vision, and we have implemented his vision here. And to what success, that we'll hear it from Mr. Patanjali himself. So here is Mr. Patanjali on what he feels and how he sees the farm after his visit to this farm 2 years ago. So Patanjali, please educate us on what you see here.
Of course. So thank you, Bobby. I mean, he's more than an able disciple. He's toiled hard last 4 years from the time that he's been looking after this. So we would do this very important short film, both in Hindi and in English. So firstly in English. Friends, we all know IPCC report is out on climate change, and the danger is really never more than today. As it says that in the next 20 years the temperature of the world would rise by more than 1.5 degrees, which is the threshold limit for humans to survive. And the carbon dioxide and the carbon which is now engulfing the Mother Earth is at its highest ever, and the all other related environmental hazards, I can narrate them one by one. The brief this thing of the 10 points of that report at the end of this short film. So this is the answer, which if the world wants to take it up, this is a no-till farm, and which is multi-layered, which is permanent, and where there is just no poison, including that of the organic pesticide or anything. None of it is needed. It is pure, unadulterated reverence for Mother Nature, for which in every religion they say nature is the visible form of God. And, frankly, we are not doing enough. That's why we have landed us in this deep trouble. Friends, you would see this black turmeric, which is an endangered species now declared by Government of India. It's more than 2 years old, and it's almost 6 feet, or definitely more than 5 feet. This is one of the best, highest curcumin content, which is very good for COVID, which is very good for against cancer. And but of course you have to have it in accordance with the suggestion of your doctors. I must caution you. Otherwise, for a practitioner, a natural farmer, we take 1/4 of an inch of this black turmeric with pepper and our moringa honey, which is I would have met during the corona times not less than 10,000 people between Bangalore and Mumbai tenure, and everybody around me, I mean, large part of them got COVID. I did not get it for these simple herbs. So this is what I was telling my colleagues, young colleagues and not so young, that if you are having these turmerics, quality turmerics raw, in the raw form, preferably with pepper and natural honey, perhaps the death rate would be dramatically lower. So that is one. You would see here that our farm is a perfect example of multi-layer farm. My father-in-law and late mother-in-law, they started this. All these many of the mango trees were planted by them, and my brother-in-law, since last 4 years, has taken over and has transformed it beyond any imagination. So we can see some of these tall, banana plantation, and beneath that we have this insulin plant. Insulin plants are, now diabetes. Every third household has someone who has diabetes. So these are the leaves to a very high level of sugar. Also, it controls if you just do 2-3 leaves. Again, I would caution that you should consult a doctor before having it. Similarly, these are all local, elaichi banana, you call it, chinia kela, you call it, malbhog banana, you call it. They're all local variety, and it's a perfect example. There is no straight line method, or you just grow them along with others. Bring life back to soil. Stop tilling. And soil requires a bit of nitrogen. So we would mention that how enormous amount of nitrogen is also being filled. We can show some poor plants being grown all around for fixing nitrogen, which we do not uproot. So we prune it, and so because the root is fixing nitrogen all the time, and so why uproot the tuer? So they grow at different heights, different levels, and they are fixing nitrogen. And this Boston fern, or actually Boston is a misnomer, it belongs to India. And this fern again is an indication of very good moisture in the soil. So our water requirement is much less, and because of the no-till, our soil becomes like a sponge. Because of the earthworms perforating the soil, one earthworms in a day comes to the surface of soil minimum 15 to 20 times, which is mulched, as Fukuoka said, and the bacteria and a little bit of animal waste. We have few desi cows, and the slurry of that. So the bacteria and fungi works on that mulch. Comes the rain, which takes the decomposed matter deep inside the soil and becomes the food for earthworms, microorganism, and other small animals. And now it has gone inside the soil, whereas the root zone is just around the top soil. Now with the help of the root, it comes back to the surface of the soil and becomes the food for the trees and plants. Nobody, in my considered opinion, has defined growing better than Fukuoka. This is what Fukuoka said. I believe in that. You see here how much root would this soil have, and enormous amount of nitrogen fixation. These are the Suba bull. They again fix nitrogen, and they are very good as a fodder. We also have Agastya. Again, they fix nitrogen, and they're also good fodder. We also have Surpankha. I may not be able to have, no, I think that's the name in English, which again fixes nitrogen and very good to cure diabetes. So, anything in our scriptures it is written that food is medicine. Food, when grown this way, is unadulterated. And the herbs like, the black turmeric, and we will show some lemon. We would show some vetiver. This has been freshly planted, and it is all over. Pacholi leaves are here. That is for the good aroma, and vetiver roots are amazing. This is an amazing grass. Yeah. Excellent for soil, and it fixes enormous amount of carbon sinks. As per that IPCC report, this is the Bilpatra or Bilva tree, again extremely medicinal, very good for gut bacteria. Yes, and some of the vetiver of 6 months old we can show here, which is strewed all over our farm for the soil fertility, and also the roots go very deep inside the soil. It has a lifespan of 100 years, and this grass is good for CBG, good for aviation fuel, good for marine fuel. We have got it tested, and the roots are brilliant to purify water. So our body again is 70% water. So if you drink vetiver water in COVID times, we recommend have it when it's by boiling vetiver root in water and straining it, drinking it. Again, sun reuse it, the roots. So these simple things would certainly, keep you healthy. Keep you also, the RO water kills the TDS and also the minerals. So vetiver water brings the minerals back. In South India, in Kerala particularly, we were aware of this. Now is the time to realize far more acutely than ever, because it's not only your health, it's the health of Mother Earth. If you have vetiver, it fixes 15 kg of carbon per square meter. So in 1 acre, our soil is covered with vetiver all around, and it holds the topsoil, it holds the moisture, and it brings the micronutrient from the lower depths to the surface of the soil. Also, like last year we had Amphan. This year also on the eastern coast we had the cyclones and incessant rain for 3-4 days, which is going to be now where the cycle is changing. So only a food forest can save us from certain disaster, because especially a no-till farm like this. So in 3 days time, friends, everything, that excessive rain was covered and was soaked inside the soil. So we see all around this thing you have somewhere, tuber growing. This lemon is very special. We'll make a mention of this. This is a pink pepper. As I popularly say, our farming is about trees and bees, and it's a multi-layer farm. We basically, the vertical space which is vacant, we are trying to occupy that. So it is grandfather of anything that we have known, greater than organic. Food is medicine here. These are Rajendra Sonia variety of turmeric. We also have Lacadon turmeric. We also have black turmeric. All these are amazing for your health. And multi-layer, we can also see an example here. We had our very favorite pet, Brownie, who stayed with the family for almost 15 years. And a desi dog, but extremely affectionate and extremely efficient. So we have a Smriti for him. No Smriti is better than growing trees around him. He lived in forest and he enjoyed this. So the most befitting place for him was also with the trees around them. So this is pink pepper. This has flowers when the bees have no food. The food for bees are basically the flowers in the water. So this flower comes somewhere in the month of September and October. That is the time when they are deficient in food. So because of this, we have plenty of this as one layer. We have plenty of this Gandharaj lemon. This is the most fragrant lemon on earth, and with a thick skin, which again is amazing on no-till condition. they become huge, sometimes 300 grams. So normally people know Gondraj lemon as 50 grams or maximum 100 grams. Here some of them grow to because
500,
sometimes anywhere even 400 grams it becomes. That's the power of good soil. This all is
with 540 grams.
oh yes, and so this is all 5-year-old this thing of I would not put hard work as the right thing to describe because it is a nothing doing farming. Plant them all, have faith in Mother Nature, and everything works for you. And just choose the top layer carefully, which allows the sunlight to filter. In this case, somewhere we have Suba bull. Again, they fix nitrogen, good for soil, good for our cattle, our cows, and beneath that we have pink pepper, somewhere Gondraj lemon, beneath that we have vetiver, beneath that we have turmeric, and now we have started planting the black pepper and beetle leaf or pan. Again, very medicinal, the beetle leaf. So friends, we see that it's all about this. Moringa is a superfood, everybody says. We have 10,000 of them. We also have apiary. We are currently producing 12,000 kg of honey, of moringa honey alone. Some friend, till date we have not met each other, but she runs an organic store in Pune. She compared our moringa honey with Manuka honey, and she found our moringa honey is superior to Manuka honey. Manuka honey is the most expensive honey of the world. I wish I could describe the fragrance which I am receiving near a Gondraj lemon plant. We can show some of these small and little big. Now every third day we are able to send 500, 700, 1000 kgs of this lemon. The fragrance is simply amazing, and so every inch of soil is enriched. We also have lychee tree. So we have a lychee, mango, pink pepper, Gondraj lemon, lots and lots of vetiver, lots and lots of turmeric, black turmeric, Shankar Dravya lemon, and above all, many other fruit trees that Himper has been telling you on his everyday this thing. We have red guava, we have grapefruit, we also have some passion fruits, a little bit of them, and a whole host of the desi bear that is very good for the memory. So we can show the vetiver here, which is 1 year old. It is almost as tall as 6 feet. Again, coming back to IPCC report, just imagine how much carbon is being sunk into the soil here. In a farm like this, not less than 1 lakh kg of carbon sink every year. In a farm like this, if you start growing them all together like we do, without tilling, without putting any poison, the temperature comes down by 2 degrees in the year 1. And with passage of time on our farm here, on our farm in Vanya in Madhya Pradesh, from the peak temperature, there are areas where temperature is lower by 10 to 14 degrees, 16 degrees also. So here is the answer to the IPCC report and the warning. Let's take that seriously. Here is something which the various, biodiversity immense. We put no, that's why we put no pesticide, including the organic ones. No, none of it is needed. The nature, and one very important thing which I want to say, you get, we'll show some more, Gondraj lemon because the fragrance is so wonderful that you don't mind. The leaves are amazing to smell. Safed lime also they call it also in one of the products, safed lime. And so when you have any of these produces Gandharaj lemon, to turmeric of this kind, vetiver of this kind, lychee of this kind, pink pepper of this kind, Suvabul good for soil, and even shisham is very good for the bees. Shisham honey is also pretty good. So overall, 6-7 layers can be established in no time. So very high productivity in the end. I would like to mention, combine this with the government's policy of the compressed biogas, India would be a different country altogether. Thank you.
So this was Patanjali telling you all, informing you all about what is to be done here and what we have done here. So basically a review by him. And so before I end, we are all very privileged by his presence today here, a great learning experience for all of us. So before I end, let me tell you what I tell you every day. Keep appreciating, keep watching, keep suggesting, but don't forget to watch the regular video updates from Summer Shell Natural Farm, Ramnagar, the pride of Purnia and Bihar. Because today, this farm is the pride of Purnia and Bihar, but the day is not far off when we can position this farm as the best natural farm in India and also subsequently in the world. Thank you very much. और मेरे हिंदी के दर्शकों के लिए हमेशा की तरह प्रशंसा कीजिए, आलोचना कीजिए, सुझाव दीजिए, पर देखना ना भूलें, क्योंकि समर शेल प्राकृतिक फार्म रामनगर आज पूर्णिया एवं बिहार का गौरव तो है, पर आने वाले दिनों में ये पूरे देश का गौरव होगा और आपके परस्पर स्नेह और समर्थन से हम लोग इसे विश्व के मानचित्र पे भी सफलतापूर्वक ला पाएंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच।